Canada is now under a fresh threat by U.S. President Donald Trump and his trade war, a new and harder hit on tariffs. Trump's punishing new threat to Canada's economy comes in a letter he posted last night on social media. He threatens a 35% tariff on most Canadian goods, but points out that a 50% U.S. import tax would remain in place on Canadian steel and aluminum. Canada's auto industry would also still be hit with a separate tariff. Carney and Trump have been keeping in touch on trade negotiations, texting and calling each other in the evenings. But his letter marks a return to where his trade war on Canada began, with Trump demanding Canada crack down on fentanyl smuggling into the U.S.
This latest threat from U.S. President Donald Trump comes just 10 days from the deadline that the Canadian government was working towards to sign a new trade deal with the U.S. by July 21st. Now, in a statement from Prime Minister Mark Carney that was posted late last night, just before midnight, he says that Canada will work towards a revised deadline of August 1st. Carney goes on to say that throughout these trade negotiations that the Canadian government has supported workers, supported businesses, and will continue to do so. He also says that Canada has made progress on fighting fentanyl, stopping the scourge of fentanyl, and will continue to work with the U.S. to address this particular issue. And when it comes to making Canada more resilient, Carney mentions in his statement that he's working with the provinces and territories to create one Canadian economy, to create projects of national interest. And he also reminds Canadians of the work his government is doing to strengthen trade partnerships with other countries. Now, while this happened, this Trump threat came out, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Anita Anand, was set to meet with her U.S. counterpart, the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Malaysia. They're in Malaysia this week for meetings with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. But Anand's office tells us that this meeting with Rubio did not happen because of scheduling issues. Now, Carney, I've reached out to the Prime Minister's office to see if he will be out speaking to the cameras today to speak to Canadians further about this matter. And at this time, the Prime Minister's office says that he will not be speaking further at this point in time.